Ramon Scott for Tony'sPicks.com. We provide winning information from our expert team of handicappers every day here at Tony's Picks. I've got a WNBA preview here for Ion Friday. We've got the nationally televised games here as well. It's a 4-pack in all. Let's get to it. We've got some good matchups here for the Friday night action. Started off with the Los Angeles Sparks taking on the Washington Mystics. The Mystics here up to a 5.5-point favorite as of this recording early morning on Friday. They opened a little bit lower than that for sure, probably around -3 or so. The total at 161. Washington right now come out looking pretty sharp here out of the second half. Not too bad. They've had a little bit tough schedule certainly, but I think here maybe a little bit more momentum right now for this team. The way they're playing, it seems like they've covered 4 straight against sub-500 teams. They're 13-5 against the spread. Last 18 dating back before the break. They've also gone 8-2 against the spread. Their last 10 games at home. Meanwhile, for the Sparks, just trying to find something here for LA right now. They are 6-1 against the spread, last 7 on the road, but that's been more against teams where they've been getting a bushel full of points, and they've been able to hang in there a little bit and cover some numbers. Maybe those favorites were a little bit favored by too many is what it feels like, because you look at it and they've gone 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 against sub-500 teams. So LA is 13-5 against the spread, their last 18. That number's getting a little high, so I think I'm going to pivot to the total here in this one. This one looks to make perfect sense to me. You've got the Sparks have gone under in 5 straight against sub-500 teams. The Mystics have gone under in 5 of their last 6 against sub-500 teams, and 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone under. So let's just go under 161 here. I think Washington's probably going to win this game right now. The Sparks, they'll hang in there if they were getting, double digits or so, but maybe Washington gets this game right in the range you see there. But 160 points or so for these two teams right now, I'm not going to go there. Let's go under with the Sparks and the Mystics on Friday night. All right, next up, the Phoenix Mercury and the Atlanta Dream going to take on the second game of this. I mentioned it in the last, they had to come here for 2 games, and they're going to go back home and play a pretty tough schedule here, but didn't look too good in that last game against Atlanta. Atlanta really did a nice job and held Phoenix to their slowest start of the season. 72-63 was the final in that one. And how about Tina Charles, the grand lady, I guess, what could I call her? But she passed the great Tina Thompson, remember the former Comet great, for number 2 on the all-time scoring list. But that's not really the story here with Atlanta. They're 3-0 out of the break right now, looking pretty good. They're healthy with their players as well. Don't forget Ryan Howard back in the lineup, doing well. Jordan Canada, her shot looked on in that last game, hitting a 3. And for Phoenix, this is a good roll for them. 7-2 against the spread. Their last 9 off of a straight up and spread loss are also 9-4 against the spread. Their last 13 against teams that are sub 500. But I got to think Atlanta's dealing with a lot of momentum right now, and they're a game back of Chicago. They need to keep winning. Series is 5-0 for Atlanta against the spread in the last 5 meetings. Also, 14 of the last 20 meetings have gone under, and 16 of the last 21 meetings here in Atlanta have gone under as well. For Atlanta, they're 5-0-1 against the spread in their last 6, and also 8-0-1 against the spread. Their last 9 against teams that are above 500. So I think Atlanta's going to do a pretty good job here, probably again defensively. Again, you look at Phoenix and how poor their offensive output was last game. Now, maybe having a day of rest there in Atlanta and getting back at it. But remember, they were playing road games before the Olympic break. They had several, handful of Olympians on their team. Yeah, Ryan Howard went to Paris too, but Phoenix had, players on that U.S. team for sure. And Atlanta here, like I said, with that momentum right now. So let's just take Atlanta here in this one. They're getting 3 points from Phoenix. Total 163. Atlanta 2-10 to the under off of a spread win, and also 8-18 to the under last 26 at home. I got to think Atlanta's going to do a job here on this one. They might win the game. going to take Atlanta plus the points here on Friday night. All right, next up, got the Chicago Sky taking on the Connecticut Sun in this one. You got Connecticut here, a 10-point favorite, 155.5. Fits right in with the theme here because you got Chicago right now holding on for a dear life. You know, the moves that they made kind of made you feel like Chicago was playing for the future a little bit. If they could squeak in the playoffs, that'd be a great thing for them. Angel Reese, still clicking. There's no doubt about it. She signed that deal with Reese's. I've been down on Angel, and Reese's is my favorite, but I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. You got to sign with Reese's anytime you get a chance, I would think, to do that, especially if you get your Reese's delivered to you nice and creamy and not all crumbly. Anyways, Connecticut should roll in this game, shouldn't they, with a 10-point favorite? You got to figure Alyssa Thomas on Angel Reese has got to be one of the most difficult matchups she'll face all season. Could that, that double-double run? I mean, we know the streak is still pretty strong anyway. Every game, it seems like she gets it. But this is going to be a tough matchup for her, no doubt, against Alyssa Thomas. You got to figure Alyssa Thomas, Brianna Jones, Tyasha Harris. I'm not sure if Chicago has enough here in this one. I'm going to end up taking Connecticut to roll here. Chicago just one game ahead of Atlanta right now. They've gone 1-5 against the spread. Their last 6 against teams above 500. Sun won both meetings, 83-75 at Chicago, and also 86-62 at Chicago. That one was relatively close. Chicago's had rest here. They've been off since Sunday. They lost to Phoenix, though, by 18 points in that one, and I'm going to end up taking the Sun here. The Sun won that game the other day, 69-61 against the Sparks in Boston, and afterwards, Dejanay Carrington, my favorite player, she was kind of saying, hey, what's going on? I mean, this game wasn't publicized at all. We played in front of a sellout crowd in Boston Celtics Arena. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a pretty big women's basketball fan, and I'm doing previews every day. I didn't even know that game was in Boston. I thought it was going to be in Uncasville. I shouted it out on our show. I said, in Uncasville. Well, this game's in Uncasville as well. But I agree there with my favorite player, Dejanay Carrington, about that. Okay, last game up here, Las Vegas, a 1.5-point favorite right now on the road against Minnesota, total 167. Either odds makers didn't watch the last game, or they're not getting a real good feel of what's going on, or I don't know, maybe the Sharps are on the aces here, but I can't see it in this one. But maybe I'm going to look at the total. I'll give them some respect here, but the aces right now, the defense does not look good. Looks like they're falling apart a little bit at the seams, right? You're still going to have great players. There's no doubt you're going to be able to compete and win anytime you step on the court with those players. I'm sure they'll be formidable here, even against Minnesota in the playoffs, if they can just keep their focus. But I don't know. To me, it just seems like there's a lot going on with the Aces right now, distractions, whatever the case may be. They just don't seem like a focused team. When you're giving up that many points and you're supposed to be one of the best teams in the league, I've got some issues with that right now. Even one of my other favorites, Kelsey Plum, was pretty disjointed with her defense and admitted it, that she got flat out torched, in that last game by Courtney Williams. And why wouldn't it happen again right now? Minnesota smashed them on a 10-0 run in the second period and led throughout. Vegas got as close as 4, but it did feel like Minnesota was going to be able to handle the business there, just the way they're going right now. And also, don't forget, I didn't mention on the show, but I did mention it later on on another channel about Maisha Hines-Allen signing with Minnesota. Pretty big signing really there. So she definitely looks strong, right? Getting past the defense a little bit. So big move there for Minnesota. Las Vegas right now, double-digit losses in 2 of their last 3 games, including 98-87 in the game here last Wednesday between these 2 teams. In Vegas, and Minnesota smashed them, of course. Now, these 2 teams have a lot of unders trending, but I don't know, the way Vegas's defense look right now, I've got to go over 167 as my play here on the show. The Aces won here 80-66 back in May, but Las Vegas right now, I don't think they're going to have much. Maybe the effort will be there, but the defense, I'm just not sure is going to be able to hang. You saw those points, massive points in the first half, as I gauged it a little bit wrong there on the focus of the Aces. I think I had it right. I said maybe they'll get it back. They appear to be a little bit out out of sorts. And I think that's going to continue to be the case here. But I'm going to go over 167 as my play here on our preview show. All right, that's going to do it. Going over to Tony'sPicks.com. If you want to check me out over there, check out my premium picks, including my top plays in the WNBA, also Major League Baseball here, and get ready for the weekend. We've got an MMA card as well, and international soccer kind of well back into swing here. Also, preseason football. We'll give it a few more goes here after a win on Thursday. We'll try to zero in on this crazy week 3 action in the National Football League. Click on the All Cappers tab, find the handicapper of your choice, and that's how you get signed up. Check out my premium picks over there and use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 15% off all premium pick packages from all of our handicappers over at Tony'sPicks.com. So check me out over there. I'm rolling a little bit in the NFL, as you see there, and my MMA has been very, very strong here. I do a popular MMA podcast with top handicappers from around the world talking MMA each week. So I got it zeroed in on MMA. And also, don't forget, my NFL package is available right now. You get a great price here. Use that promo code TonyT at checkout, save 20%. All right, that's going to do it. We'll check you this weekend with more WNBA action for Tony'sPicks.com. I'm Ramon Scott.